Good afternoon. Out today inspecting a salvage title 2007 Pontiac G6 convertible. The car is a rebuilt car. I'll show you around it real quick. We're just starting to get some rain and I haven't had a chance to get it up in the air yet or put the convertible top down. We'll do that shortly. Let's go to the worst of the worst. Digital paint meter shows that most of the paint work was done on this side, that quarter panel, and then blended into that door, and it ended somewhere up in that fender. Color match is pretty decent, except this color's slightly off. And sorry for the wind. I'm going to work the microphone, see if that helps. We got some unfinished work there. A couple door edge nicks on both sides. There's an unfinished tape line or a blend line right up in here. Panels fit together pretty good. Just took it for a short drive. We're going to hop back in and drive it again. The wheels are pretty beat up. The worst one's on the right front. All of them have curb scuff. 3900 V6. Got the big boy in it. Engine's around 200 on the factory gauge. 191 is what we're about. So I had 191 a minute ago. Well, I'm not going to. There we go. There we go. Anyway, heating up pretty good. I did visually see an old stain from an intake gasket leak in that area right there. And right there, I don't know if it's been rectified or not. I don't see any active leakage on the ground where the car was sitting, and the coolant doesn't look real freshly changed, or the bottle doesn't look stained. I do see a little air escaping into the bottle. The pressure coming back. The oil was pretty clean. Didn't see any contamination in the oil. Engine sounds pretty good. Nothing billowing out the tailpipes, dual tailpipes. The interior's a little bit worn. It's almost 100,000 miles on this car, so kind of what you would expect. The car isn't particularly detailed in any fashion. I gotta get in, it's raining. Raining heavy it is, unfortunately. Hey, the wipers work, that's a good thing. Tail lights, reverse lights, brake lights, turn signals, those are all appear to be working. Radio's functioning correctly. Heated seats appeared to be working. I didn't check both positions, but they both got warm. All the power windows are going up and down as they should. There's some scratches going on in the bottom corner of that side glass, but the top's about the only thing we really haven't checked yet. Have not checked the functionality of the cruise because we're down on a 45-mile-an-hour 2-track. But let's take it for a run down the road and listen to the suspension. Also, the steering wheel's a little bit scuffed up here. The leather wrap is kind of showing, you know, scratches and chips and wear. I also noticed on the side of the seat, the leather is cracked near the airbag frame on the car. I don't know if the airbag went off or not when this thing was redone. The air is blowing good and cold. Had that down to about 40 something before. You can kind of hear a little suspension noise. It seems to be coming from the right front. I also hear a little noise where the top is connecting with the body. Probably a bit more common on these convertibles. Car seems to accelerate good. There's a slight high-pitched whistle. I doubt you can hear that in the video. Sounds like it might be a vacuum leak drawing some air. The tires are down to 3 30-seconds and 4 30-seconds on the gauge, which means they're ending the useful life scenario. So it's going to be due for tires pretty quick. This inspection was ordered by a credit union for one of their clients. Most responsible credit unions these days are ordering inspections and appraisals on salvage and rebuilt title cars, such as this gent's credit union. If you need service like this, we go out, look them over, test drive them, get underneath them, look for obvious frame damage and poor paintwork and general condition. Drive them, check them out before you take a loan out on them. If that sounds like service that you would like to employ, give us a call. 800-301-3886. AutoAppraise.com. Cars at AutoAppraise if you want to email. Okay, that was my 30-second pitch. Traffic's kind of heavy. I really can't wind it out here, but the car seems stable going down the road for as weak as these tires are. The steering wheel's not bouncing. I got my hand off the wheel now, and you obviously know where my other hand is. Safety first. All right, that's about 55 miles an hour. Sorry for all the rain noise and all my yapping on. This information is useful to the person trying to purchase the vehicle. You know, the car seems to drive down the road pretty straight. I don't really have complaints there. Temp gauge is still holding at just over 200. There isn't an oil pressure gauge. Drivability wise, I really don't see any issues. Perhaps having that intake gasket pressure tested and checked to make sure that it's not a current leak, but it is an old leak that was fixed and just not cleaned up on the side of the block. That probably wouldn't be a bad idea. Get a little air going on the windshield. We'll do a quick top test in a minute and another quick look under the vehicle, and we'll wrap up. Jason Phillips from Auto Appraise, hitting the pause button. Worthy of mention as we're rolling down the road, the check engine light came on and has stayed on the entire time I've been with the car. So probably need to run codes, see what that's all about. It appears the oil was changed about 700 miles ago, so no contamination showing, which was good. Well, the top will definitely raise and lower. I'm not going to drop it out here in the rain right now because for the obvious reason, they're working on trying to get me a place to pull it inside. All right, I managed to get the car up in the air. On the good news side, this front subframe member, other than showing some surface rust and scale and decay, doesn't look crushed, doesn't look like it's ever been hammered. And down on the other side, same condition exists. So no real front end collision damage that I can see. Look through that suspension and I really can't tell what's rattling over there. It's something, but the stabilizer link seems to be connected and could just be worn control arm bushings. I think they're known for that. We do have an oil leak going on. I wiped that down with some paper towel, and it's not massive, but it's damp for sure. Have to keep an eye on that, see how it goes. The floor pans going down both sides. It doesn't appear that the car was lifted or scraped on the bottom too substantially. Sometimes when they go to the salvage sale, you'll see big scrape marks from where the forklifts pick them up, and I don't really find those. They might exist, but I don't really see them under here. The floor pans are fairly straight and uniform. Rocker panel pinch welds going along the edge have been tied down, but not, no real major issues. It's that back corner that we're a bit concerned with. We're going to see what we can see better back there in a minute.